Start recording. I'm recording.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is Optimismo Fundamental, discovering the opportunity in the crisis or discovering the opportunity in anything. And my first guest is Carolina Cardenas, who is also my friend and a happiness expert, I would say, and positive psychology expert from Chile. And I thought she would be a wonderful person to talk to because what we're trying to explore is how do you see crisis as opportunity? And she has this beautiful framework for optimism that is more sophisticated than a normal thing. And she has a beautiful diagram for this, which I will share so you can see it too. But when we're talking, we will describe it. And uh, and I just want to say hello to Carolina. Hi.
Hi, Chris. A pleasure to be here and share a space with you again. And thank you for this amazing invitation. And I will love to comment that the English is not my language, and try to be give my best, but I my apologies for my less vocabulary and pronunciation, but I would love to share my love, and that is the spirit. No, sure.
Yeah, yeah, that's the spirit. You have so much spirit and you have so much enthusiasm and energy, and I wanted to share that with people at a time where maybe people are feeling anxious or scared or sad, and really anything that we can do to help bring out the seeing the opportunity for growth in the crisis, and learning how to support each other, because I think that it's like very amazing fertilizer for the growth that we can create in the world coming forward.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. In this way, I think the neuroscience and psychology, and they are, but in the base with the knowledge from the Buddhism and Indian philosophies. They give us an amazing path that we can connect with the opportunity, the change, the occasion, or the perfect time. We do with this. Um, um, we can realize that the human being is the person. We are the ones who rate the experience. The experience is, we are the person we qualify in the qualifying adjective. For example, you have um, a glass with water, and this is a very classical
Mhm.
example. And you have this glass with water, and this water is in the middle of the glass, and you decide, you qualify the experience, and you determine that this glass is full or is empty. But the experience you have a glass with water. And what is the very important thing to know about that? The effect of our qualifying our experience is so crazy unbelievable, because when we put our attention in what is not present in our life, is to say, okay, I have only a glass with water in the middle. I think, oh, that is half less. You starting to give your body some kind of
Mhm.
chemical um, chemical
Signal.
particles exactly that give you a, a, a healing or bad will excuse me bad sensation in your body. It's so crazy but happen. And if you
Mhm.
put attention in the opportunities and the predisposition to observe, understand, analyze in the reality, but put in focus in possibilities, solution, advantages, um, give you your body well-being. It's so crazy because
Yeah,
it's so crazy, but happen in our bodies, happen in our existence. You create a balance, energetic chemical balance, incredible when you choose if you would you like to send focus in in our obstacles. You close opportunities. When you close opportunity, it generates ill being, physical, mental, social, and ecological. And for the other side, when you can see this glass with water half full, you center your mind in the possibilities, you open opportunities, it generates well-being a different level, the same level, physical, mental, social, ecological. Why this happened? We don't know, but we know that's happened. And there is
mm,
where we have the freedom, if we can put some name now for this action, and
mhm,
and we have freedom to choose the situation. Uh, and for other side is how we can practice this. I think the very good way to practice how can give to my cognitive style, appreciative cognitive style. We can practice this with gratitude. Gratitude is an amazing way to change your cognitive style and appreciative cognitive style because gratitude impulses you. Uh, I'm going to use the same word, the
mhm,
see the opportunity in your life. Okay, I have an amazing. No, it's not amazing, but it's funny example. For example, it's your birthday party, and you invite 30 person, and only coming 29. A person coming from the other cities, a person who
mhm.
they excuse me.
I'm just laughing. Mhm,
Yeah, muy bien. They coming from different part of your country, etc. But you can realize that John doesn't come in. If you put
mhm.
all your focus in, John
Right.
doesn't come in. And when you
Yes.
put your focus in John, really, the 29 person is like a disappear in your existence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the how, what happened because when you put your focus where you put your attention, that is that you are more consciousness you have about your reality of what happens around you, and if you have the option, you are free to choose where you want to put your attention in your party, your birthday party. If John doesn't even have is he is doesn't hear, or oh how many people come to my
Mhm,
uh, birthday party, and insist when you put your attention in the opportunities in the incredible way you generate well-being in your physical, mental, social, ecological ways. And when you put attention in John doesn't come in, it generates ill-being, physical, mental, social, and ecological.
I'm
Gratitude
thinking
is a
about, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm thinking a lot of thoughts based on this. Uh, we are raised in an environment, and maybe as a baby, we have to, and a child, we have to learn so many things about the
yeah.
external world, and we have so much of our culture is about how to be skillful in manipulating objects and situations and jobs and things. It externalizes our perception that the solutions are based upon manipulating objects.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, our reality is totally subjective, but we're so obsessed with manipulating objects that we don't think about our own internal experience, how important it is. But the other thing, I'm thinking about feedback loops. You know, feedback loops?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So uh, you can have a feedback loop. I can see that being positive or being negative is a feedback loop that's going to create, even though it's okay. So what I see now is that if my attention, if I believe that the outside world is the cause of my suffering, I keep working on improving the outside world and believing that the outside world will hurt me or help me. But I feel more and more victim of the outside world.
Mm-hmm.
And if I start to, but so it's like outside in is destructive to me, is what I'm hearing. Invert inside out, coming from my inside out is constructive to me, and coming from the outside in is destructive to me. So if I start with emphasis on what story I want to tell myself, actually, this happiness begins inside, but actually, it creates more and more happiness outside. For example, if I'm more and more happy inside and positive and appreciating, then I become a happy person who is very attractive to people outside of me, right? And then the people actually create more happiness. They are attracted to my happiness, and then they create outside happiness for me too. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like if I start from inside outside, I become a generator of that experience. But if I'm waiting, I wish the world would make me happy. Why is it so hard? Why is everything so bad? Then I'm attracting other people who love this kind of thing. People who love to be hanging out. When I was 18 years old, I was hanging out with alcoholics, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and I would drink, and I would try to drink more because I was with them. And
Exactly.
and I noticed that in their world, everything is alcoholic. I wasn't alcoholic, but I was trying to be friends with them, really. So I noticed that in their world, everyone is an alcoholic, and they assume everyone is an alcoholic, and all around them are alcoholics. Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, because people, on some level, people love to feel bad. Even though they hate to feel bad, they love to feel bad, don't you think?
Oh, wow, that is, oof, it's very delicate
I
because,
know.
yeah, because it's so difficult. I think so sometimes being in this world because the violence is super strong. If you watch the Joker, that is to me is amazing art about the psychological and psychiatrical situation because we are existence is so delicate we are like a really, really like a sprouted. It's like a real well-being human
Like
being.
a
We
what?
are sprout. It's like
A sprout.
a sprout. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
like a
Mhm.
little, it's little plant or little
Delicate.
flower starting to grow,
Yeah.
and we are so delicate. We are so is really, really are delicate. The only thing what we need for growing with a lot of energy, growing so healthy. Really, really, the only thing what we need is love, and 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 we the responsibility to care us together, no, and some important biological men from my country, maybe you know, is I think he made a big change in our in science in general in the world. The
What's
name
his
is
name?
Maturana, Umberto Maturana, and Maturana say we burned with the internal confidence that the world that surround us give us the necessary care to grow healthy, and sometimes doesn't happen, and there is starting to create way to support this violence, this cruelty, and starting to create mechanisms that give us opportunity to survive. But
So
it's
wait, I want to see what you're saying. So you're saying that when people are raised without enough love and
Mhm,
support, then they create violence
mhm.
as an opportunity to survive?
Exactly, because if you keep your fragility in some kind of war is so violent, you die in 3 days. For that, some
Yeah.
extreme example, no,
Hmm.
and you
Yeah,
need to create a monster that give you opportunity to survive.
right. You have to create yourself as a violent self to survive. Yes,
Exactly.
that's
The
right.
violence gives you the tools that how you can survive in our so violent world. And it's
Yeah.
so current. It's so current. And I think so. Um,
Mm.
I would love
Mm.
to finish because I think
Yeah.
so. You open amazing issues that is love because really, really, I think so. The base of all our well-being is about love. Maybe love is a big word and it's very subjective word. And in this case, I will love to say or talk about care, um, um,
Hmm.
how we can care
Yeah.
us, mm? and our nature is living in care. Care
Can I say
you,
something about it? I love
yes.
this word caring. I
Mm.
have a book that was given to me by Tartong Tolku. Tartong Tolku is one of the first Buddhist teachers that came, Tibetan Buddhist teachers that came to
Mm-hmm.
the United States. And
Mm-hmm.
his daughter gave me this book. His most
Mm.
recent book is called Caring.
Exactly.
It's so beautiful. And what I love about this word caring is it's a very vulnerable word. It's like if you in your practice in the world you want to be in caring, it's more tender. It's more like if I say I want to be in appreciation, that's wonderful. It's fabulous. But it's also, I can be a little bit separate from you and be, I'm appreciating you. It's great. But if I say I am caring for you, I have to really care. It's like actually in English, we have two verbs that are both care
Mm-hmm.
because and they work together really well because if you say I care about
Mm-hmm.
something, that means I concern myself. It matters to me. I care about it. If something bad happens, it will hurt me, right?
Exactly.
That's one word definition of care. And then another definition of care is, if you're sick, I would take care of you. I would care for you. If you need a hug, I will hug you. If you need some help, I'll help you. I will care for you. And so if I'm caring, the first definition, like in the book, is caring for someone, but also caring is a wonderful word because I I'm caring for you. I'm vulnerable too. I have to care about something. It's like if you're interested in enlightenment and you're interested in spiritual practice and you're interested in those things, it's wonderful, right? But also, it's the risk of being removed and disconnected from the humanity. Yeah, because many people who are spiritual people can also be like, I'm enlightened, I'm wise, I'm not emotionally having to care about all these people. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
with you say caring, you have to care. Like you really, I'm involved in this humanity process, and it matters to me. So I love that word.
Yeah. And when you talk about the vulnerability, I think so. We need to reconnect with our shared being. The human being share the same thing. The human being, really, really, all of us. Only we want to give and receive love, and we have the same fears. Really, really, we have the same fears. All feel fears when something is happening and when somebody hurt us. uh, all feel the same heart. And and when the, for example, Gandhi uh, is talk us or say us, uh, be the change that you want to be in the world, or please care the people that will do love to be care. And I think that is amazing keys. But I think so it's not feel maybe vulnerable is please share the same fears. We have the same fears, and we have the same dream, that is give love and receive love. And more than that, when the neuroscientifics starting to realize what happened in our bodies when you receive love and when you receive heart, is so clarified what is the condition where, well, human being grow um, in 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 well-being. And when you feel fear and you feel hurt, you create ill-being in yourself, and ill, and you starting to feel sick. And what this show us, the energy, the action, the emotion, the thoughts that give energy, that give life to human beings and other beings, but I think that is other podcast, uh,
Mm.
is the energy to love, and the action is caring.
Yeah, I'm thinking a lot about inside and outside and how we perceive inside and outside. In our training or our culture, or most all cultures are, you think of inside and outside, like inside my tribe, outside of my tribe, inside my body, outside of my body. It's so almost natural that I automatically care more about my own inside, but it's almost like the automatic thing is that I care about my inside and I worry about the outside. But what I'm hearing is when you care about the outside, it heals the inside. So it's interesting how giving care to the outside creates, I think it creates healing inside. Actually, I want to ask you specifically because now we are in a situation in the pandemic time that
Mm,
we're in still now that it's people are separated
yeah.
and a lot of times worried. And I think that it's really important to take actions. This is a perfect example of how we need to take actions to shift our mental state because there's, I think, tremendous opportunity now. A lot of times people have more space or more time, or at least they have more space to contemplate and see things differently. So, what would you suggest people do to, if they're stuck inside or they're feeling anxious?
Mm, can you repeat me, please?
Yeah, what do you suggest? What do you propose that
Mm-hmm.
people do, for example, to so for example, I feel I see people going into worry sometimes, and I see people going into a story like there's an English expression, it's called "we're fucked." It's a
Mm-hmm.
horrible expression to me. We're fucked. It means like it means uh, our situation is hopeless and that's it. End of story. And I'm thinking, what? How can you be saying this? Like you're just very discouraged because the nature of human beings is to constantly create the story and a new story and new story. If you are still alive, you're creating a new story as a human being.
Yeah.
but but when you say we're fucked, it's like you have no more hope. But I think that there's always a way to create
Yeah.
a new project. Someone needs help, someone else needs help,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I feel good when I do help.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that the question is, how is it possible to connect with the fertile dimension of the crisis that we face? And in
The
this
fractal
case,
dimension,
yeah,
is
the
that what
connect
you
with the
said? Oh, the fertile.
fertile, yeah, dimension.
Oh, the fertile
Uh,
dimension. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. How do you pronounce, please?
Fertile
Fertile. Yeah, thank you.
or
With the
fertile.
fertile
Yeah,
dimensions. And the only thing that we know from the science and wisdom is when you put your attention in what the possibilities, solution, advantages have in this situation, because this situation is hard, is so hard. We don't need to um, forget that it's hard, but
right.
in this hard we have amazing possibility is how can found the opportunity in this uh, crazy hard moment, because we need to remember that all the things and all the person have duality. Is this that the meaning is you and me and the whole people have a very lighting side and have a very um, uh,
Direct.
shadow
Yeah.
shadow face. And that is the integrity. And when we are in the shadow, we know have a some little light for somewhere. And this little light is the opportunity. Okay, here is super, super, super hard. It's super, super hard. But I have some opportunity and I need to observe, understand, analyze what is the possibility in this hard moment, because we have someone. And the most magical thing we need to remember is when we put our focus, our consciousness, our attention in the opportunity, all our body working with us, because your brain connect part of your brain that give you more creativity, more reflection. You're starting to create amazing chemical substance that give you more well-being, more health, and all your system, biological and electrical system, is working together with you for give you the opportunity. And you have in this hard moment, like all in the life, a little piece of light. And when you connect with this little put of opportunity, and you are not alone because your body company is your best company,
Mhm.
and that is one thing. And the other things I will love to remark, the role of the care, the role of the love here, because something is important for our health, our well-being, planetary well-being, um, is if our how is our nature, and our nature for survive in good condition and with all potential is when our environmental and our surrounding and here in inner ourselves, we can feel love. We can promote the habit to pour our energies upon others attentively with thought of benevolence and love. When care ourselves and care others, we give the most best condition for our life here in this amazing, beautiful planet that we have. And in this way, I think so. We have clues and challengers uh, um, for sharing well being. To me, the action for sharing well being is the action is giving, the motion is calm, and thoughts is in loving thoughts.
Yeah, and I'm thinking like when we started the conversation, you're really talking about how our internal reality is, our experience of life is so subjective.
Exactly.
And what I notice is that if I'm discouraged, I feel, oh my God, why should I even try? It's so much work to try to help somebody. I can only help one person. Ah, it's so big. That is the discouragement. But actually, one person, even one person a week, if I help them for 1 hour, I feel so happy and so much better. In my subjective reality, it does not take very much effort actually to change my state by helping somebody.
Exactly.
So
If
it's
you
like we are in a closed system where all the ancient teachers have always said we're in a closed system. We're actually part of the same system. And so I'm helping one person. I feel so wonderful.
Yeah, yes, that's it. If you can impact in one person, wow, that is amazing. And how you can realize about that is when other person impact in your life. You really, really keep this memory for all your life. I remember
Yeah.
so well the person when I was 5 years old and make me happy and give me care, and remember science for 40 years old. No, it's
Mm.
amazing. Yes, you
And
you
yeah,
you
even small things I've noticed lately are very, very powerful. Small words. Like
exactly.
for
Only one
example, I
one
was
smile.
yeah, you remember when you were in the Bay Area and you take the BART train, the train? the
Yeah,
BART.
yeah.
Yeah, and so my friend was dropping me off at the BART train, and I thought it's like only 3 minutes until the train comes, and she dropped me off in the car, and I thought, oh, no way I'm going to make it. There's no way. I was going to walk slowly under and over, and I'm going to have to wait like half an hour for the next train. But she said just the simplest thing. She said, oh, don't worry, you'll make it. Don't worry, you'll make it. And I thought, oh, I'll make it. And I ran and I made it. I just made it. And very simple thing, it
Yeah.
helped me. It really helped me. Our words are very powerful and really do make a difference. Even something small like that is powerful. It's going to work out. Don't worry. It sounds so simple and small, but it actually helps a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I thought the other kind of thought or emotion we can cultivate is really this make that you love to other person made for you, because this give you really really amazing clues, because really really we share the same nature, like human beings, really, really have the same feelings, the same fears. And for example, I would love to somebody um, send me a message and say, "Oh, how are you?" And when you thought that, excuse me for my bad example, but uh, and if you feel that I will love to receive some kind of message, I go send you the message. Uh, s- um, to be the action that you want to receive. And this moment happens so incredible thing that's wow, the like the wheel of love or wheel of care is starting to move. That is with a friend Charles,
Mhm.
Charles say the circular economy of love. No.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
We are our same human beings have the same nature,
mm,
and part of that nature is that we are obscured from our own nature. So all human beings have this nature, and part of the nature is that we forget all the
yes.
time. That's
Yeah.
funny. And I'm thinking, well, you were saying before that this is a very hard time for a lot of people. It's very hard. As a world, it's very hard. And I thought human beings are designed to handle hard times. We're designed for this. We're designed for this kind of hard thing. It's like from 10,000 years, 100,000 years. We are designed for this kind of hard situation and
Yeah.
help us to grow and give us the opportunity. It's very easy in our culture, especially in the United States. I think we've had so many privileges, and I don't know, but um, it's very tempting to wish everything was easy. But the funny thing is that the hard things are usually why we grow if you don't resist that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the
Yeah.
opportunity? So that was my whole purpose of this whole podcast idea was how do you see the opportunity in the crisis? Crisis is still a crisis, okay, but it's also now an opportunity, and it gives you something. It gives you something to grow from, and you don't know what's going to happen. Like actually, if you resist the opportunity, then it could make it worse.
Exactly.
If you resist as a country, as a world, as a person, if you resist the opportunity and get more angry, more violent, more fearful, it's really also possible to do that as a country, as a world or as a person to get more angry, more violent, more protective, more scared, and make the crisis more worse. And it's also possible to recognize the opportunity to get more caring, more sharing, more open, and more generous.
Yeah, in this way, I will love to remark something, because when you started to change the style, it's so natural. You not need to effort to the other thing starting to happen. Remember, when you change your cognitive style, you put appreciative cognitive style, your body, your chemical and your
Mhm.
energy is starting to change automatically,
Immediately.
immediately and automatically. And that is the point. Is okay, we know this information now. You know this information. Okay, if you know with you your thought, your give for this way, you get well-being automatically and free um, change all in you. And when you put your focus in our limitation, you create
More
ill
limitation.
being. Yeah, and remember, in your in the different levels, no, physical, mental, social, and ecological.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is so hard for us in this very hard moment take put my focus in opportunity. Maybe the amazing transition is put focus in gratitude, because gratitude gives you
Hmm.
the opportunity to
Yeah.
recognize and realize about what is your opportunity now. Gratitude gives you that, gives you the vision that how you can found the opportunity. And gratitude is amazing tool. And the other thing is maybe only can you use a little mantra that I love, is so simple. When coming for your mind some kind of um, disbalanced thought, or hard thought, or healing thought, you can say this simple mantra is peace in all in peace. Peace in all in peace is amazing. It really give you peace, and really give you stopping the the limit the put focus in our limitations.
What I see is that we are constantly generating, as you describe this, we are constantly generating. As long as we are alive, we are constantly generating from our mind into reality. And you can be generating more and more waste, more and more this kind of like negative things. Like it's like a factory. It's like
Exactly.
a factory that's generating all of this garbage. Well, or all this stuff that's unhelpful, or all the stuff that's helpful and healing. And it's like it's funny because you started with the glass of water that's
Mm,
half full, and in reality the water is just half full,
exactly.
and it's just one glass. But from this one glass of water, you can be creating more and more and more mind stuff that's helping the world. Like maybe if the water is half full, I need to think, how do other people have enough water? How can I help other people in the world have water? And you know or you can think, I'm so worried, maybe I have to buy a gun to protect my water, and so scared and like so worried. Or how can I help other people get water? And all of these things generating from this glass of water. So we are always generating. But then the one
Exactly.
thing I want to say is that gratitude, or you just starting small. Start small. If sometimes I wake up once in a while and, oh, I feel terrible, and I think, Okay, start very, very, very small. Like, I'm grateful that I breathe. I'm grateful that the sun is shining, or I'm grateful that there is air. Okay,
Yeah,
I can at least do that, and then I feel a little better, and then a little better, and a little better. So it can be a gradual process, and
exactly.
it doesn't have to be a perfect thing at all. It's a cascading effect of improvement, and then it becomes a practice and a habit, which I think both of us have practiced for a long time.
Exactly. That's it. That's
Did
it.
you did you used to be a negative person and then you learned this, or were you always like this as a child?
Yes, I think the appreciative cognitive style have a part of you that is heredate for the
I want to
cognitive
know
style of your family.
your
Yeah.
story. In your history, do you think it was a big change, or was this natural for you all the time?
I think so. I grew in a very appreciative community style family, and all the time my mom say, "Okay, focus in the what do you have now, knowing what do you don't have, and okay, I don't have this for example. Oh, mom, I would love to have a this kind of shoes. I want to these shoes." And say, "Mom, okay." She doesn't money, for example, and say, "Okay, you would like this, but in this moment it's not possible. Okay, if you put your attention, if you don't have this kind of shoes, are you going to feel suffering? But if you're starting to put attention how the how many pair of shoes you have, you're starting to feel
Mm,
full. No,
wow.
it's like the story about the a birthday party. If you put focus in the person
Yeah.
who doesn't come in
Yeah,
or the
that's
all the
income.
person coming, and if we how do you say the way that you say no, we need that is practice, only practice. We need to create the habits. How we can create the habits? Very simple way. Put a little post it the piece of paper,
Yeah, post it. Hmm.
post it, and wait, what is that really I have now, or what is my opportunity now, or the simple mantra, no, all in peace, um, all in peace in all, give us a very nice and super easy way to starting to get the habits, or create maybe a little list every 3 weeks, every 3 days a week, about what is the opportunity or what is the great gift that the life
Yeah,
give me now. And wow, that is amazing. And wow, and is uh, what is
yeah,
that gratitude about myself, connect with the appreciation about myself. Okay, I'm going to make me myself gratitude because I am courage, I am more peaceful person, I am make my practice. That is important to recognize our effort to
hmm,
keep in better way.
yeah. Well, it's wonderful. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
You have anything more? This is perfect, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah? Do you want to just anything you will last things you want to say? You don't have to. I think what you said is perfect.
Mm. The only thing is you remember that I think so. That is only for feel uh, um, fear act. I don't know how do you say in Spanish is acto de fe. Give me a
Oh, act
second.
in faith, huh? Act in
Faith.
faith.
Yes, that is
Faith.
faith. Yes, keep
Not
your
fear.
no
Uh, yes, faith. Yeah.
faith. Yes, and to me is put focus that our action in this moment for this crisis is giving, our emotion is calm, and our thoughts is loving. I think that is the clues for this great challenger that we are.
Yeah, it's opened up so many opportunities then when you really get into that space of like, my God, all that's possible. People are
Mhm.
really talking about, look, the animals are coming back and the
Yeah.
air is cleaner, and it's like it's becoming an opportunity for that, to see that.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Okay. And then if
Okay.
anybody wanted to find you, where would they find you?
Oh,
I can put a link.
yes, yes. Can find me in www.mydanta.com.
Yes,
Yes.
mydanta.com.
Dot
Awesome.
com. In comments,
Yeah,
you can connect with me, or more easier, maybe in Facebook, Carolina Cardenas. You can find me too.
good.
Yes. If you want
I'll
to read me something really, really a honor to me and a pleasure to receive your doubts or your comments. Yeah.
I think this was awesome. Thank you so much. This was pretty perfect.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay.
A pleasure to be here to
Oh, great.
share.
Okay, I'll let you know when this is completed, okay? And then
Hmm.
we'll have an episode number one.
Yes.
Okay? Thank you
Yes.
so much. Okay. Have a
Thank
great day.
you. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day. Planet
Bye.
All. Bye.
Yes. Bye.